Now you've got the workshop bug. At this time, you don't know what you don't know. The next natural move is to head on over to YouTube to get some ideas. And you see the dream car garages. They sure look pretty, but that's not your target. Right now, you just need a space to be handy around the house. Your first action would be to take inventory of the tools and equipment you have to start with. You need to centralize your tools. A tool bag would be ideal. A plastic tub or cardboard box will also do for a start. Your next step would be to find a space you can clean up and make it your workspace. You may have to build a few shelves to get some household clutter up off the floor to create that space. Now that you have some tools and space, you need a good work surface. You could start with a folding table, but they are not known for being stable and sturdy. Alternatively, you could opt to build a lightweight workbench that folds down when not in use. Other options include buying a used bench on Marketplace, buying the lumber, and custom build a solid bench yourself. Any of those ideas will be better than using the kitchen table or the truck tailgate. Think of those simple first tools as force multipliers. Yes, a screwdriver can simply turn a screw, but it can also help build a shelf, tighten a loose cabinet hinge, repair a kid's bike, hang storage hooks, or assemble a workbench. A simple cordless drill can drill holes and drive screws to build things faster than before. A tape measure helps improve accuracy of builds. A pair of clamps can hold work steady while your hands stay free. Each additional tool adds capability and a degree more of independence. Every time you use those tools, you gain more experience and confidence. At first, you may not even know the difference between certain screw heads, fasteners, or drill bits. It can all be learned. You can learn by doing small projects and solving small problems. Beginners may think they need expensive tools before they can start building useful things. Usually, that is not true. A surprising amount of capability can come from a few basic tools and a little ingenuity and persistence. At first, your projects will probably be very simple. That's to be expected. Do not compare your early projects to highly refined work you see online. Those people often have years of experience, thousands of dollars in tools, and fully developed workshops behind them. Your early projects are supposed to be basic. They are supposed to teach you. Simple projects build real capability. A rough shelf that helps organize supplies is useful. A basic workbench still creates a place to work. A small cart, tool rack, or paper towel holder can improve workflow and reduce frustration. The goal early on is not perfection. The goal is becoming more capable, one project at a time. When you clean out your first work area, you will probably need some shelves for organization. Yes, you can buy them, or you can build your own, stronger and better, and learn from the process. One shelf can lead to several more as you clean up and clear out more room to work. Each project adds more to your capability and capacity. With the shelves in use, it's time to retire the folding table and step up to your first workbench. You want a bench that's strong, square, and level. A good workbench becomes the foundation for a lot of future projects. At first, the bench does not need to be fancy. You do not need polished hardwood tops, matching cabinets, or expensive vices hanging off every corner. What matters is having a solid place to work that does not shake, flex, or slide around every time you push on something. That first sturdy bench changes the way projects feel. Boards stay put better while you drill or drive screws. Measuring gets easier. Clamping gets easier. Parts stop falling all over the place while you work on them. Even simple jobs become less frustrating when you finally have a stable surface to work from. Most first workbenches are built from simple materials: construction lumber, plywood, leftover screws, scrap wood, whatever is available at the time. That's normal. The bench is there to help you build capability. Over time, it may gain shelves underneath, maybe a vise, maybe drawers later on. It may even get rebuilt completely after a few years once you better understand how you actually work. As your work area improves, your confidence usually starts improving too. At first, you may spend a lot of time figuring out measurements, trying to drill straight holes, or learning how tight something should actually be. Some projects may come out rough. Some mistakes get hidden in the back corner of the garage and never talked about again. That's part of learning. The important thing is continuing to use the space and continuing to build things. Simple projects create repetition, and repetition builds skill. Before long, things that once seemed difficult start becoming routine. After making the space useful, it's time to organize the tools on hand. Again, you can make this by making a wallboard to hang them on. Get those tools out of the box and where you can see and grab them easily. This will make projects move along smoother and quicker. The projects themselves start changing too. In the beginning, a lot of the work is focused on improving the shop space: shelves, storage, workbenches, organizing supplies, cleaning up clutter. Then eventually the shop starts supporting other projects around the house. Now maybe you repair loose hinges instead of ignoring them. Maybe you build storage for the laundry room. Maybe you fix something on the mower instead of hauling it somewhere else. Maybe you finally organize hardware, extension cords, and supplies so you can actually find things when you need them. Little by little, the space starts proving its value. That's usually when people begin understanding what a workshop really is. It is not just a place where tools are stored. It becomes a place where problems get solved, repairs get made, and useful things get built. And most of the time, it started small. A folding table, a few basic tools, some shelves, a cleared-out corner in the garage. Nothing fancy, just enough room to begin building capability. This video is part of the Shop Setup playlist here on Make a Garage 101, where we look at how ordinary spaces slowly evolve into practical workshops through simple projects, useful upgrades, and growing capability over time. You'll also see some of these beginner-level projects over in the 8-Hour Projects playlist, where we build useful shop and household items using basic tools and straightforward methods. In the next video, we'll start taking a look at shop support systems, what they do, and ways to improve them. Thanks for watching. There's more to come.